And I remember my first experience in a triathlon. I was like, if you ever experienced a triathlon, Victor, you've seen those scenes where people start at the water and on
Hmm.
the beach and they run into the water. And I was very confident. I was like very cocky. I was like, I've been training for 2 years. I'm best shape of my life. And I positioned myself right in the middle of the pack. And I'm like, I'm going to run and I'm going to like really make a head stride, as they say. And within a minute, I got kicked in the face. I
Oh.
lost my goggles, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, I swim towards one of the paddle boats where there's lifeguards
Hmm.
and on these kayaks and surfboards, and they're there for like safety in case somebody drowns and so forth. And I just grab onto, I remember her leg, and I'm like, I lost my glasses, my goggles. She's like, okay. Waited about a minute for people to pass, for the wave to pass. And in my mind, I'm like, I think I'm going to quit. Like, I'm ready to quit because I'm not going to swim another 2 kilometers.
Right.
And, and in my mind, I'm like, everybody's going to understand. If I tell them I quit, even though I've been training for 2 years and my family had all come to see me and so forth, I think they would understand. Uh, and then she goes, okay, so what are you waiting for? Go. And I'm like, okay. So I started swimming again, like completely not even realizing it. And ended up really catching up and really making amazing catching up and amazing pace and so forth. Get out of the water, see my dad. And he's like, great job. And then completely forgot about the pain, the situation I was in. And this is how my dad has always said about life. Like sometimes you can go through the adversity, but just sometimes you need people to remind you that you can do it. They're not going to they're not here to encourage you. They're just reminding you that you have the will to do it.
Hmm.
And I remember going onto the biking path afterwards, and you do the 90-kilometer loop, and I got a penalty. So was stopped for 2 minutes. I lost some time. I was very frustrated. Uh, and saw my wife and my mom, and they're like so happy, like they're like so excited. And that just reminds you again, okay, you question yourself, but you could do it. So question yourself a lot, but the people around you remind you that you can keep going. And that's pretty much the experience. I feel like uh, this whole moving countries, you question it, but people remind you that you can do it. And then you push yourself. So ultimately you succeed. But
Okay, so
yeah,
I had no
very
idea
good.
you were a triathlete, though. So what made you train for your first triathlon? Like, what made you get into that sport?
It's one of the most inspiring things I've ever done. And I've realized a lot of people who do triathlon, they're going through something. They're like,
Mm.
they're trying to prove something. Or they're at a point in life where they're really trying to find themselves. That's what it was for me. I did my triathlon when I was like trying to find myself. I hit 30 and I was like, okay, but I'm not really sure what the next phase of my life is. And it was a way of breaking myself down because the training is rigorous. It was every day, 4 o'clock in the pool, every day for 2.5 hours training, getting into shape. It was meant to break you and rebuild you in a different way, but not just physically, but mentally. Um, I I enjoy that idea of breaking the body and seeing how far I could do it. And what got me into it is I did a marathon. I never even did a 5K, 10K, half marathon. I never done that. I was like, my first race, Ottawa, 42K. Let's go. And next rate, 42K. I was like that was my training. It was like never, there was no build up. And I was like, okay, this is really fun. What's next? What's after 42K? Triathlons. Uh, it was like really exhilarating, this idea of finishing. And what's satisfying about the experience of racing is you do this for like 3 hours. And Ironman had this where you do this for like 5 hours, half an Ironman,
Mm.
and you hear people talking to themselves. And even you go
Hmm.
through this experience and you're like almost questioning why you're even doing this. Like you're in pain, you're getting a cramp, you're tired, you're exhausted. And then you cross the finish line and you are like finished. And 10 minutes later, you're like, I can't wait to do it again. And that high and low, and within a day, you experience all sets of emotions from frustration to excitement to adrenaline to happiness to sadness to questioning yourself all in a single span of a day is to me was like, wow, this is really, I was just kept me going.